There's certainly been a lot of footage going around of law enforcement needlessly inflicting violence upon protesters, trampling peaceful protesters with horses, or beating them with batons, or even shooting them in the head with rubber bullets. And it makes a lot of people ask themselves, how did we get here? But this hyper-militarized police that we are encountering in today's protests didn't just spring up overnight. After 9/11, US law enforcement began exchanging with Israel best practices in counterterrorism. Since then, thousands of federal agents from the FBI, CIA, and even ICE have been trained by Israel in these practices. But according to the organizations Jewish Voice for Peace and researching the American-Israeli alliance, instead of exchanging tactics on how to keep communities safe, they exchange tactics on mass surveillance, racial profiling, and the suppression of protests and dissent. According to Aaron Nafrati, the executive director of researching the American-Israeli alliance, U.S. police delegates witness, quote, live demonstrations of repressive violence in real time, in protests across the West Bank, patrols in East Jerusalem, and visits to the Gaza border. You may remember a while back hearing about a police training facility being built in Atlanta referred to as Cop City. Thanks to the Georgia International Law Enforcement Exchange Program, the $109 million facility where officers are trained in Israeli tactics served as a blueprint for the rest of the country. From Reverend Kayana Jones of Atlanta, quote, you have the same Israeli forces in both places. Gilly trains APD, GSP, and other local police departments, and you see the marked militarization. You can't deny it when you see local police officers walking around in riot gear and local governments trying to make you believe it's normal. This is why we say fighting for Palestinians is fighting for poor and working class Americans, because our struggles are connected. Because the officers inflicting violence upon protesters across the country are using the same tactics Israel uses on Palestinians. It is essential that we always protect the most vulnerable members of society. If they can inflict violence upon Palestinians, they can inflict violence upon us. Solidarity.